leave here, hope you leave here more educated than you come. That's the whole meaning of this meeting, to educate you on the abilities that you can help get your life in some sort of whole again. We have a great panelist of speakers tonight. We have Ms. Wendy White and Ms. Marla Hayes here. They have handouts with the numbers for everyone that's going to speak tonight in their office they represent. So please see them before you leave. You can also write the numbers down, but we do have them listed for you so you can take them with you. I'm glad to see all your faces. That's important to us. We just come through a traumatic event in Washington County, and something that for sure changed my life, and I'm sure it's changed each and every one of your lives in this room. And you know, our health and safety is the foremost and forefront of our mission as a commission to protect your life and property. And I'm glad to see everyone here. But we'll start tonight's event. First, we're going to introduce special guests. We have two representatives here from Senator Gaynor's office. Would you stand up, ladies? Here in the back, if you. After the meeting, they'll be available for questions, and during the meeting, if you have a question that they can answer, they'll be more than happy to lend the answer that you're looking for. Also, do we have a representative from Reverend Emily Clark from Representative Drake's office? Is Will here from? Okay. We have representatives in the back from Dr. Dunn's office. Is there anyone else represented tonight from the state or federal government? Okay. At this time, we also have two of our board members, Commissioner Joyner and Commissioner Abbott. We also have all of our city council. I've pretty well seen all the Chipley council. I've seen Mr. Butler, Ms. Kane, Mr. Sasser, Ms. Andrews, and Mr. Russell. I've seen them all here, and it's a great partnership that we have with our municipalities through this process. We, as a commission and council, work hand in hand to try to make the best for the constituents and our citizens of Washington County. At this time, Ms. Abel, would you like to come up? Without a doubt, the best coordinator in the state of Florida, and we appreciate your efforts in this event.
Thank you, Mr. Hawkins. I too would like to thank everybody for being here tonight. I know that we've just experienced something like we've never been through before, and so I know you have lots of questions, and I think this is a good place to start getting some of those answered. On Monday, October the 8th, an LSC was declared, a local state of emergency was declared in Washington County in preparation for Hurricane Michael. At that time, Hurricane Michael was a Cat 1 storm. The following Wednesday, just 2 days later, the monstrous Category 4 storm slammed into the Bay, Gulf County area of the coast there, creating devastation and havoc in Washington County. On October the 12th, we received a federal declaration for assistance to citizens, and to that end, a disaster recovery center will be opened in Chipley tomorrow at the Ag Center. They'll be there from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and so I think that'll be a good opportunity for many of you to get some one-on-one questions answered. During the event, we sheltered over 200 people right next door at Rolette Middle School. And we sheltered a little over 70 individuals in our special needs shelters. The health department did that. We had 3 points of distribution. In the Chipley area, we had one here at the school, at High School, and then at the Wausau Possum Palace. And the National Guard actually helped us distribute items to probably many of you at those points of distribution. Okay. Okay. We had numerous base camps. We had different, I know you've seen the different utility crews and Gulf Power Power had a large contingent here at the high school football stadium. And we had teams from all over Florida. We had fire departments, we had ambulance drivers, we had additional police and sheriff's deputies that were here to assist in the emergency response phase of the event. And of course, there were many of you that reached out to your neighbors. You helped to move trees and cover holes and get folks out. And as much as we appreciate all the folks across the state that came to assist us at the most critical time, each of you are to be commended for the way you stepped out and assisted your neighbors and your friends and your church families and your families. I know comms has been frustrating for you, communications. It's been frustrating for us too. I know that your electrical concerns, electricity has been frustrating, and it has been for us too. But I think tonight is a good place to start, to look ahead and see how we move forward. And we determine what our new normal is. And I appreciate again each of you being here. And I'll turn it back over to Commissioner Hawkins.
Thank you, Ms. Avery. At this time, I'll ask whoever wears two hats for y'all. One hat being the best power company that we have in the county of Gulf Power, and the next will be the mayor of Chipley. She'll come up and say a few words.
On behalf of Gulf Power, as a local manager here at Gulf Power, we would like to thank you for trusting in us as your electric utility provider during this time of restoration. We definitely appreciate your patience during the process. We are excited about reporting that as last Thursday that we restored, and I would say 100% of the customers that could accept electric service here for this area. So I'm grateful for your trust in us, and I am so grateful to be a part of this restoration effort in this great community here in Washington County. As the mayor of the city of Chipley, we also thank you for being patient with us as well. We understood that we went through something that we've never been through in some years. Some say back in the 70s, some say in 1996 or so, but we were able to work diligently, and we thank you for your patience. Everything's not perfect. We do have our garbage picking back up, and everything should be where it needs to be, but we're grateful for you as our customer, and we thank you for being patient with us as well. Please take advantage of the opportunity that's presented for you tonight. You're going to be able to walk away with a wealth of information that can help you as we move forward in restoring the lives in our community. Thank you.
Ms. Rudd, before we move to our panelists, Ms. Rudd has one announcement to make, and I'll let her, and then we'll move to our panelists.
I just want to make you all aware of some changes that we had to make after the executive order was signed by the governor, which gave us some freedom to make choices to better serve those in our community for the election that's coming on November 6th. Early voting will go on as planned beginning Saturday, October 27th. It will end on November 3rd, and that's in the elections office on South Boulevard. But your polling places have been affected. Some of them don't have power. I know some of you still don't have power, and we were trying to be as sympathetic and empathetic with those things as we could. We made the decision to have mega centers rather than trying to open up all of our locations. There's 4 mega centers that you'll be able to go to. Anybody can vote at any one of those polling locations. You don't have to go to the one that's in your area. Those are at the elections office, the Orange Hill Fire Station, the Sunny Hills Community Center, and the Vernon City Hall. We spread those out to try to accommodate you the best that we could. We had concern for our poll workers that may have been displaced, and the sheriff has been gracious to loan us his public service officers at times and some of his off-duty deputies, and we knew that they would be thinly spread. So we ask that you just be patient with us, but we certainly encourage you to go out and vote.
This time we'll start our panelists. Ms. Rebecca with the individual assistance from FEMA.
Good evening all. Thank you for coming in. I'm here to provide you very valuable information in regards to the Individuals and Household Program. That's the one that provides assistance to disaster survivors. Thank you. I will be able to answer some questions later on. So please let me explain to you what the program is, what you might be entitled to receive, and then we can go into questions if the time permits based on our agenda. Okay? The Individuals and Household Program is activated when a president signs a declaration that has been requested by your governor. Once we receive the declaration is when FEMA comes in and starts helping as much as they can. The Individuals and Household Program divides in two different areas: housing assistance and other needs assistance. Let me put this here. I use my hands to speak. Okay, so having said so, we have housing assistance and other needs assistance. Housing assistance covers everything that has to do with the structure of your home. We're talking about roof, walls, floors, and everything that makes your home functional, secure, and sanitized. We can utilize that word, okay? It does not include the inside of your home, which is the furniture and the appliances and everything else that falls under other needs assistance itself. So let's talk about housing, which is one of the most important things. I've been in your shoes. I come from Hurricane Center. I call it Hurricane Center Lane, Puerto Rico, so I know what is being displaced. I know what is having no electricity. I know what is sleeping in a car with my two kids. Okay, so I know what you're all going through. Okay, so housing assistance, you can receive temporary housing assistance, which means FEMA will help you if your home by inspection. All FEMA's assistance is based upon inspection, meaning you need to have an inspection before you can receive some funds. So, if the inspectors state that your home is not livable because it's not functional, what makes your home functional? Electricity, the utilities. Any utilities make your home not functional. Sewer. Some people have a sewage line, some people have septics. If that's not working, your home is not functional. Also the heating and the cold, we're talking about furnaces and AC units, is not functional. Okay? So, if the access is restricted and you cannot go to your home is not functional either. So any of those categories, as well as damages sustained because of the hurricane, will make your home unlivable. As the inspectors state that it's unlivable, then FEMA might be able to help you with rental assistance, home repairs for homeowners only. Rental assistance is for both homeowners and renters. Even though if you are a renter that doesn't pay rent, like you live in a house that belongs to your mother or your father or a family member, and you only live in there, they're letting you live in there, you pay no rent, FEMA will consider you as a renter. You need to prove occupancy to receive any assistance from FEMA. You also need, okay, if you're an owner, prove ownership. And any person to receive assistance from FEMA has to be either a citizen, a legal, I don't like to use that word, but that's how it's stated by in the codes, a legal alien or a resident, legal, lawfully legal in the States. People that are here that are not legal residents, as long as they have someone in their family member born in the United States and has citizenship, even though it's a baby, they might be able to receive assistance as well. I always like to take their note because, as we know, we have a lot of immigrants that they don't have their paperwork and they're trying to get a better life for their family. They can apply for FEMA's assistance as long as they have someone in their household composition that was born as a U.S. citizen or has the legal documentation. Going back to the rental assistance, FEMA might be able to help you pay rent up to 18 months from the date of the declaration. Okay, so a lot of things happen, especially for renters, that they have to relocate from one home to the other one. This is demand, okay? Demand and production is a business. So if there is no housing, what happens to the rents? They all go up. Because they know there is demand for them. The owners of the home, the landlords, they know there is demand. So that's when FEMA comes in and try to help them with additional funds to pay their rent. When it comes to the homeowners, that's something that is not budgeted. I have a home, I pay a mortgage, why I need to have money for rent? Well, FEMA will help you pay that rent up to some amount of, until a top of 18 months from the date of the declaration. Okay. Also, lodging expenses reimbursement. That is for hotel stays. People that are not able to live in their home, or they're going to make some repairs because their home, based upon inspection, said it was damaged, FEMA will be able to reimburse you for your lodging expenses. For room and tax only, we have to pay it anyway, every single day, whether we're home or not. So at least for room and tax, you might be able to be reimbursed. All of this funding comes out of the maximum that the program allows per household. This year, if I am not mistaken, is $34,900. So every assistance you receive financially from FEMA will be deducted from that amount. Home repairs. Homeowners get home repairs, renters don't get because they don't own that property. So, home repairs are based in basic essential needs. Not necessarily was this essential for you and for me as an individual, it's essential in the program. I'm going to give you two simple examples. In my home, I have 4 bedrooms. It's 4 of us in my home. Out of those 4 bedrooms, something happens. I'm sorry, let me go to 5 bedrooms. And 4 people living, and I have an additional bedroom. If something happens at home, and we are in a disaster, and 2 of the bedrooms get damaged, FEMA will assist me only for 1 bedroom. Why? Because I did have another bedroom there that is considered non-essential, because nobody's sleeping in it. Even though the one that was the 2 that are damaged are people sleeping in it, I still have a spare bedroom. That is essential. So FEMA will assist me with only 1 bedroom. Basic emergency essential needs. That's what the program is. Sadly to say, we as humans, we expect something to happen. We want to have our home the same way we had it before. Unfortunately, and I'm being very honest here, FEMA will give you for the emergency repairs. If you have in your home, and I'm being ridiculous here, a $4,000 door placed in your home. Well, if your state stated, based on based on state average, that a door to secure your home is $80, that's what you're going to get. You're not going to get the $4,000 because that's luxury. I hear some movement in a row. Yes, it is. Yeah, but it is true because I was the one that chose that $4,000 door. Okay? And the Code of Regulation says if the door to secure your home costs $80, that's what you're going to get. You want the $4,000, you have to come it out of your pocket. So that's why we say basic emergency essential needs. That's how the program works. A lot of us don't understand. I do understand that it is a difficult alley to walk into, and a lot of things to understand when it comes to the federal programs itself. So we spoke about home repairs. Generator is a subject that does attract a lot of people. Okay, FEMA might be able to reimburse you for your generator as long as there's a medical need. We're talking people that use a CPAP to sleep at night. Insulin that needs to keep refrigerated. Life-sustaining equipment. Okay, FEMA will be able to assist you to replace that. However, if you obtain that through your insurance company, you need to check with your insurance before. Why? Under normal circumstances, a walker, if they give it to you, they don't revise that until 5 years, like Medicare, if I'm not mistaken. So you don't get another one until the past 5 years. But if it's because of the disaster, before the 5 years, they will give it back to you. FEMA doesn't duplicate benefits. We always try to make sure that if you have insurance, whether it's for your home, whether it's for your personal property, whether it's for medical or dental, to go to your insurance first. However, apply for FEMA. At the same time, so you don't close that window and you have a case open, at least a registration. FEMA might also help with direct housing. That's another of the programs that has not been activated here, but just to give you information, they have direct housing. They have, that is not a financial assistance. FEMA will pay the rent directly, or the temporary housing unit, like everybody consider mobile homes. All those programs are looked into the future. Currently, there are discussions with the state, and there's a big panel, we call it the Housing Coordination Team, and they are working in everything that has to do for housing to make sure that all people that were displaced during Hurricane Michael have a roof on top of their heads. So that's something that is being on the works as we speak right now. So besides housing assistance, let's go to the other needs assistance. Other needs assistance is everything that I did not mention. Everything that has nothing to do with the structure of your home or the utilities that make your home functional, okay? We're talking about furniture, we're talking about appliances. That is called in the program personal property. We are talking about medical, dental, funeral, transportation, your car, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the car as well. Okay, for homeowners that also have personal property, and we're talking about that they have homeowners insurance. Your insurance has to determine first if they're going to provide you assistance. If they provide you assistance, whether it's a lot, whether it's a little, I do always recommend everyone to submit your insurance settlement so your case can be properly reviewed by a caseworker in FEMA. Why? Because there might be things that insurance did not cover that FEMA might be able to help you. Just an example, septic tanks, insurance do not cover septic tanks. And if you have a septic tank at home and the septic tank is not working properly, what's going to happen? You're going to be out. So FEMA will be able to help you with that. There's certain things that homeowners insurance do not cover, that FEMA might be able to help you with that. Wells, a lot of people have wells. I don't know if you're in Florida, they are. But the well is also another one because that's your water supply. So, always, if you have insurance, submit your insurance document to FEMA. Okay? For your homeowners, that includes your first property, because they have different areas, includes your home, and for your content as well. Don't ask about garages, please, because we can't live without a garage. Don't ask about a porch. We don't need a porch to be secure, functional, and safe. That's your insurance, or that's on your own. I'm going back to personal property. Okay? Personal property. In my home, like I said earlier, basic, essential. I got a boy and a girl. If each one of them did not have a TV in their room, I would have a fight every single day. One like Barney, the other one, the little thing with the thing inside, is like a little Martian, they will fight. However, if my TV's got damage at home, I get only one. Because all the rest are luxury. Family that is together, stays together, watch TV together. So that happens with everything. A lot of people have a family room at home, and they have the living room. In FEMA's language, that is considered 2 living rooms. If one of them got damaged, you're going to be good because you still have a sofa where to sit. Remember, basic, essential. We're trying to distribute the money as easy as possible to cover the basic needs, the emergency needs that we have as human beings in order to be living in a comfortable stage without the luxury itself. transportation vehicles. If your vehicle has a lien and your vehicle was totaled and you do have a full coverage, comprehensive insurance, the insurance is going to pay off your vehicle. And what's going to happen to you? You might even still owe money of the lien if you didn't have a gap, or they might give you $100, $1,000, depending whatever is remaining. You're still going to be set up with no money in order to be able to get that transportation back. Well, once you take care of that, send that information to FEMA. FEMA will be able to assist you with the funds if it was a total damaged vehicle. It was totaled, it was destroyed. If it can be repaired, FEMA will provide you the repair money up to a specific amount. Besides that, I said, I don't have the amounts here with me, but this information, you can get it through our helpline number. They can give you all this information, okay? So if your vehicle can be repaired with your estimate, they will give you the funds to repair your vehicle if it was destroyed because of the disaster. If they had insurance, and you still go back again and repeat it, if you had insurance on your vehicle, comprehensive insurance, make sure you send these documents in, because realistically speaking, if the insurance doesn't give you any money, if you have a lot of money, then you can get another car, but if you don't have any money, you need some help to get another one. And the importance here is for you to be able to transport yourself, and you'll be able to go to work, take your kids to school, and take care of your own errands with an essential vehicle. When it comes to medical and dental, same thing. Works like the homeowner's insurance. You need to check your insurance first for whatever that you lost. Your glasses, hearing aid, denture, okay? And your insurance should be able to replace it because it was lost due to a disaster. They have to do it. If they don't do it, with simple documentation from your insurance company, submitting it to FEMA, a caseworker will revise your case. If you need additional documents, they will ask you for it. And FEMA might be able to help you for that as well. Funeral, that is a very touchy subject for me. FEMA will be able to assist you if one of your loved ones, because of the disaster, passed away. Or to rebury someone that already had passed away, because we have had some disasters where they come out because of the floods. There was not that many flood here, but it does happen. And the cemetery is going to charge you to bury your loved one again. They will charge you. So FEMA will be able to assist you with that as well. Everything you need to send documents. We are hesitated. We as humans, we hesitate to send documentation in. We don't want to do the legwork. We can do as much for you, for as much you want to do for yourself. I don't know if it makes sense or not what I'm saying. If you want to help yourself, we're going to help you. We're going to provide you with the tools you need. Take advantage of them, please. The individuals and household program can last up to 18 months from the date of the declaration. It's not forever. Especially, I say that because of renters, they think that FEMA starts paying our home. Most people think that it's like HUD. Once you're in there, you're there forever. No, it's only for 18 months. The idea is to help you start getting on your feet. FEMA's assistance, and I repeat, is to help you get on your feet again. So you can start all over or catch up from where you left before the hurricane hit. There are also some other programs that I call those are holistic programs. Those are the ones that normally I manage. They don't provide financial assistance, but they do provide services. If anyone lost employment, even if you're self-employed, you can try to get assistance through the disaster unemployment program. You need to reach onto your local unemployment office. So you might be able to receive up to 26 weeks through unemployment. Even though you are self-employed, you might be able to qualify. The other program that is also another holistic program is disaster legal services. If you need to get documentation, okay, these are pro bono lawyers. They will help you with any documents, to help you get any documents that you may need. They will help you with the titles of your home. They will help you, even if you want to sue FEMA, they will help you to do that. If you're not happy, they will help you with your appeals. We don't control them. They're just pro bono, that they come in when a disaster happens through the Young Lawyers Division, and they come in to assist you in anything that you need, and you don't have to pay a penny for their services. If they understand you have a case for whatever reason that you're looking a lawyer for, they will work on your case, and they will charge you nothing. We also have crisis counseling. This name says it all. We go under a lot of stress when these situations happen. It's overwhelming, especially we're not used to it. No one is used to a hurricane, not even me that come from Hurricane Lane. Okay? And so, crisis counseling is a very good program to assist you, even if you want to talk, because your neighbors sitting next to you or your next door neighbor went through the same thing. We as neighbors, we talk, as family, we talk, but might not be able to give you what you really need in order to take a deep breath, come down, and leave that overwhelmed situation a little bit next to the side, because they are as overwhelmed as you are. So utilize that line for crisis counseling. Call them. You don't have to give your name or nothing. Okay? So give them a call. And the other one is disaster case management. It's another program that FEMA offers through the state. And that is a one-on-one. Think about a social worker. That's the best way I put it. It's a one-on-one case. There's a case manager that works directly with you, and we're going to make a plan to get you recovered from this disaster, and we're going to go step through step until we reach you to the same point, or as close as possible to where you were at the time of the disaster. I think I spoke to basically all of the programs, unless I think I missed someone. No, right? Okay. Now, if you have any questions, I'll be more than glad. If I have the time, she tells me.
We don't have the question.
Perfect.